Friday. Oh, I am so ready for a lovely weekend. I know I still have a lot of things to do, but it's like I can breathe. And here I am getting my daily done before the end of the day and into the night. I decided to go with definitions today because I just printed one off that came from Facebook. Not really from Facebook. Do you remember Ann Landers? Ann Landers. That used to be the personal help column always. And I used to read it every time it came in the paper, which was regular. And most of the papers, Ann Landers had answers for everything. And this one is dated 12/4/2002. I think she was long before that. I thought it was decades ago, not just 20 years. But anyhow, here was an English teacher asking a question of Anne. Dear Anne, I am an English teacher, and my students are reading George Orwell's 1984. Do you remember that, 1984? I am having a difficult time explaining communism, socialism, fascism without giving a time-consuming history lesson. And I recall you printed a humorous explanation of these concepts using cows. I like this so much, I had to save it. And then I like it so much. This is a good way to have a little chuckle before we go for the weekend. And as you know, I mentioned that I was speaking to a group of ladies yesterday, and they were thrilled because I took a lot of complicated concepts and just brought them down into layman terms. It's one of those things I like doing myself. My friend Brian is wonderful at analogies that are just common, brings it all down to simplicity. His is in computers, if he can make it simple. Oh. But this was getting a twinkle in my eye because it was coming back to something I ought to do. And it's just, please print it again. I'm sure it will kickstart a lively discussion. And that's the question from a teacher in Mississippi. And Anne responded with, it's an oldie, but a goldie. And here it is. So I expect that's when she responded. And she was dragging it up out of decades before, I'm sure. Now, here we go. Socialism. I think Canada likes to be social democracy, social democratic society. But socialism in its pure sense is you have two cows. You give one cow to your neighbor. That's pretty straightforward. Now, communism, you have two cows and you give both cows to the government, and they may give you some milk. Fascism, you have two cows. You give all the milk to the government, and the government sells it. Nazism, you have two cows. The government shoots you and takes the two cows. Anarchism, anarchists, I had trouble with anarchy. And so this is kind of neat. You have two cows, you keep both cows, shoot the government agent, and steal another cow. Oh dear. Capitalism, you have two cows, you sell one. I'm supposed to learn to not give away the laugh. Okay, let's try that again. Capitalism, you have two cows, you sell one and buy a bull. Now we can laugh. Oh, that has me chuckling because at Toastmasters, I gave a humorous speech and I got 8 evaluations from 8 different people. They had to keep coming up with things for me to improve on. But they did say 3 of them out of the 8 reminded me, Sandra, you have to contain that laughing because you can't laugh before you tell the punchline. So this is a real good demonstration of it. Capitalism, you have 2 cows, you sell one and you buy a bull. Can't help myself. Listen, it's time to have a good weekend, a lot of fun. I'm just going to wish you a happy Friday. It's a TGIF. I think I'll go out and have myself a little treat. Have a great weekend, everyone. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it, and you know it. You absolutely know it. I can help. Take care.